Minister, a very good morning, and thanks so much for your time this morning. A busy couple of days for you, I would imagine, with online applications being available from yesterday and then application forms physically available from today. Just give us some idea as to how one accesses these, because I've had a lot of questions since we've said we're going to be talking to you about how do I get to these forms and these applications.
Thank you very much to you and your listeners. And I must say that we are happy that you've given us this opportunity to once again clarify the process for our people. Firstly, it's about 700 hectares of state land that government had released. Starting in February, we have allocated about 135,000 hectares already. What would be happening now after yesterday, when the advert as well as the applications online have been out, is that those who are eligible, who are all South Africans, those who have been farming for a period of 3 to 5 years and above, but also those who may be new farmers who would like to enter into the sector, who would also be considered. Women and young people, people with disabilities are our priority in this instance. And we do so deliberately because we would want to empower women economically so that they can have the productive assets that they would use.
All right.
The application forms, actually, in the way it is put out, people will fill in their details. They will find those in our offices at the district level. They can also access them online on our website, which is www.dalrrd.gov.za. We're allowing for a month process for the applications because we know that not everybody may be able to access those applications early enough. After that, we will then have a screening process, which we hope will take 2 weeks, to actually see whether people have complied in terms of the information that is required from them. We will then have an assessment process where we would look at the eligibility and the qualification that those who have applied have possessed. And then approvals will be made and people will be informed accordingly.
Minister, if I can just get in there, and just to go back to what you said about you will look at who qualifies, just remind us of what the criteria actually is. Who do you need to be, just to avoid disappointment and people going through the whole process only to be told that you needed to have had all this in order before you actually got to this application form.
Let me talk about the exclusion first so that we know who are not supposed to apply. Actually, public servants, those who are working for government, are not eligible. Public representatives, which means either councillors or members of the provincial legislatures or people who are members of the National Assembly, all of those do not qualify. Who qualifies then? It's South Africans, and particularly those who were historically disadvantaged, because you know that we still have a lot of land inequity in our country. It is people who are of 18 years and above, because we know that there are some young people, when they finish matric, they actually start looking for work or creating employment by themselves by entering into the agricultural space, for instance. Thirdly, we are prioritizing women. We would like 50% of these farms that are available to go to women. 40% of that would like to go to young people, because we are also building a new cadre of farmers in our country. As we know that a majority of our farmers now are actually of mature age. We also would like 6% of that allocation to go to people with disabilities, because they too have a right to participate, and some of them are actually participating in agriculture, albeit at a small scale level. We also would like people who will work the farm on a full-time basis, not to sublease or actually just get to the farm and sit on it and not work on it. We will actually be happy that those who apply at least are people who have shown that they have an interest in farming. They might have been there already for either a period of 3 years and above. But we don't want to exclude new entrants, because there may be people, particularly your former agricultural graduates, who may have an interest in going on farming, but they've not farmed before.
All right, Minister.
So we're not going to exclude those who are completely new into the enterprise. But one of the things we're also saying, those people must be willing to be trained and be assessed so that we can know their capacity in terms of the enterprise that they want to get into.
Oh, Minister, just on the issue of women, and you say that you will prioritize women because they you know, obviously the issues and needs are a top priority. But we've seen a march here by about 150 farm workers led by Women on Farms project. This happened in the Western Cape. They marched to Parliament. They want a meeting with you because they say they want to discuss their need for land for rural women, and they feel that they've been hard done by, especially in the Western Cape there, where this isn't happening.
Well, I agree. I've heard that, unfortunately, when they marched to Parliament, we didn't get an indication that there was a request for an engagement. However, our Deputy Minister did take the memorandum that they had, and we'll be setting up a meeting with the Women on Farms, because indeed those are our priority, as well as farm dwellers, because they've been working the land even though they didn't own it. So they possess the skills. And in our view, those are people that we should also prioritize.
All right.
And I would like to say that in the Western Cape, we may not have state land, but we do have programs to assist our communities to access land where the government can acquire that land for use or for lease by the various groupings that are interested in working land for farming.
All right, Minister Thoko Didiza, that's where we'll have to leave it. Thank you very much for that, and we'll continue to watch this process.